Well, my name is Damien and I'm a service innovator at UMIO, and we are at one of the many bus stops in Maastricht.
Okay, so why did you bring us here?
Well, public transport is a great example when it comes to managing the waiting expectations, experience and memories of our customers. But waiting is something we do all the time when we interact with services. It can be as long as an air flight, queuing in the supermarket, making an online payment, to as short as receiving feedback when we interact with our phones.
So why do you want to specifically address the topic of waiting?
Well, time and attention, next to money, is probably one of the most valuable assets that customers have. And taking up unnecessary time when delivering a service can lead to dissatisfied customers or even customers choosing for another service provider.
Alright, so should we simply get rid of waiting times in order to create happy customers?
Well, that's only half of the story. We tend to see waiting as something negative and a waste of time. Therefore, a lot of organizations are focused on the efficiency and streamlining of services as much as possible. But waiting is not necessarily something negative. If you look at, for instance, the long queues of people waiting to buy the new iPhone, you see a lot of smiling faces and people bonding, which is a positive experience in itself. Also, the queues at the various attractions at Disney World are part of the experience. Therefore, I think the psychological side of waiting is at least as important as the technical side of waiting.
Interesting. Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. Professor David Meister researched the psychology of waiting and ended up with 8 principles that you can implement in order to improve the waiting experience of your customers. 2 of the principles he mentions are, for instance, that 1, we should be transparent about the duration of waiting, and 2, that we should be clear about the reason why customers have to wait. Take this bus stop as an example. On the board, customers can see how long they have to wait for the bus to arrive, which provides comfort as there is transparency about the duration of waiting. But when a bus is delayed or cancelled, customers might not be informed why there is a delay or cancellation. This increases the anxiety as customers doubt the correctness of the information, because the next bus might also be delayed or cancelled. And with no service assistant to comfort the customer, the waiting experience can be very negative for some.
So should we hang up these digital displays in all waiting areas such as hospitals, airports, hotels and shops?
As I said before, there are a lot of principles and techniques you can introduce in your physical or digital service environment. Which one is right depends on the situation and type of customer. Nevertheless, I believe there are a lot of waiting moments, either small or big, can benefit by 1, critically looking at the customer experience and service process, 2, identifying bottlenecks and opportunities, and 3, from there develop interventions to improve the overall service.
So what do you suggest as a next step for the viewers that are triggered by this video?
They could read up on queuing theory to learn more about making services more efficient, find best practice cases of efficient services and learn from them. Furthermore, exploring the 8 principles by Professor David Meister could be an interesting starting point to dive into the wonderful world of the psychology of waiting. Also, we at UMIO can help with specific use cases companies are working on, or we can train employees to be more customer-centric and teach design techniques to improve the waiting experience.
Thank you for your clear insights, Damien. Do you have anything to add?
For those that are interested in grabbing a coffee to talk about how to improve their customers' waiting experience, you can always send me an email on this address. But for now, thank you for your time and interest, and hopefully we'll meet each other soon.